I want to welcome you, first of all the contestants of Bud's Columbia River Challenge 2010. Here we are in the Columbia River with Jim Tenike from Jim Trophy. You got a fish on there, Jimmy? Nah, he's just playing the game. We got Mr. David Gerger from, he originally came from Idaho Falls, and then he moved to Tacoma to Lakewood Towing. And they brought this new character, this Brian Taylor, and he's worried about the fishing shortage. He can't get it in his mind how things get started. Well, let me tell you exactly how it got started.
My fellow competitors.
It was about 20 years ago, and I used to hold derbies. In fact, the day the mountain blew, which was 30 years ago, on May 18th, 1980, I held the first landlocked derby off of Edmonds Public Fishing Pier in Seattle, Washington, to help send needy children to summer camp. We send 40 little Indian kids from Nia Bay Indian Reservation to the summer camp, and we were asked very nicely. You got a bump there, Jimmy? We were asked very nicely not to participate in that summer camp again, due to the fact is that they changed the color of the pool, the water. So it didn't matter whether we had 40 children or 60 children, whether they had bathed or not. Before they got to there,
It's a bunch of crap.
You gotta speak like you got a pair. Anyway, we moved out of Nia Bay, we moved to Nia Bay from Edmonds Public Fishing Pier in 1981, where we held 2 fishing derbies for halibut. And the Department of Fisheries told us at that time that please do not hold your fishing tournament again, because we're going to implement a quota system on species.
Need a worm.
I hear they're screaming for a worm. Worm on the bow!
You need a worm. Your bait okay, Jimmy?
Yep, thank you. Anyway, we decided to move away from the species so we didn't have to implement the quota systems. So we moved to Columbia River, where we got involved with great fishermen, and we instituted the Bud's Columbia River Challenge. Bud's Columbia River Challenge was a group of fishermen like these guys that you see here that I met in Alaska. We flew in with a plane and landed out in the Straits, and they thought, well, this crazy fat guy bringing a bobber isn't going to make it. And that's exactly the way they thought too, because we landed out in the Straits of Chatham Straits, and out of Sitka, Alaska, over the Bay of Pillars, and got aboard a pontoon and walked with the skipper's granddaughter. Funny thing is that he said, asked his daughter or granddaughter, "Been taking good care of?" "Oh, we went to the movie last night." And we did too. We went and saw Mr. Dr. Doolittle. I thought it would be a children's play, but evidently it was not. It was for adults. So if you haven't seen Dr. Doolittle, you gotta see it.
Now is that the trip that when you started fishing with your bobber that Chuck come out of the pilot house with a 410 and blown it off the end of your pole?
Yeah.
I think it was. He was out there fishing with that bobber and he's getting ready to cast it, and Chuck reached down behind the seat, pulled out a little 410 shotgun, boom.
Well, not only did he do that, but he also took and he'd shot the bobber that I was fishing with when I had over a 200-pound halibut on the line. And I brought it to the boat, and I thought he was grabbing the 410 shotgun to
Shoot the fish.
subdue the fish. He shot that bobber like it was no tomorrow. Just reached over and shot the bobber. Anyway, I was telling the boys, these fellows here, about fishing down in El Waco.
No.
And so Jim, who at that time was gainfully employed. Did I say that right? Gainfully employed?
I'm still gainfully
No, he's
employed.
not. No, he's not. He's just gainfully. But he, for 20 years now, well, this is our 10th year at the Chautauqua Lodge in Long Beach, Washington, and Jim's been involved with us for 10 years. So I guess you could say that we've been doing this forever.